Okay, well, happy Wednesday, friends. Happy Wednesday. All right, so I'm gonna just get logged in over here. And let's see. Where is my... right here. There we go. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Diane. Hello. Okay, I'm super excited about today. I love it when we get new goodies. All right. So, how is everyone doing? Awesome. Okay. Give it a couple more minutes. I'm just making sure I've got all the things that I sort of need kind of around. I have a lot of extra stuff too, which is always annoying, but you know, it's how I roll. So, okay. That's not the right. All right. Okay. So, we have a number of things to kind of chit chat about. And, so some of you guys might catch this part on the replay, but I did want to talk about the Tim Holtz paper pads. Okay. So for those of you guys that, ordered the bundles, you're good. Okay. We have enough for the bundles. For those of you guys that ordered individual pads, we have some extras coming. I'm still trying to figure out what all we can get our hands on. But there are a few designs that we may not have available in individuals. We might only have them in bundles. That being said, I have enough for two complete bundles left? Let me see. Yeah. So we have enough for 2 complete bundles. And then if those don't sell, they'll go, you know, kind of in the order they were requested and such. But the ones that I do know that I still have some stock coming is both sizes of Abandoned, both sizes of Memorandum, both sizes of French Industrial, and the 8x8 of Wallflower. Okay. The other ones, Correspondence, Dapper, and the 12x12 of Wallflower, I am not sure exactly what's up with those. So here's the situation. We put in our order ASAP, our first order. Okay. I sent out a newsletter for you guys, and a lot of you guys responded. And so I've got a lot of requests. And so that evening I went in and put in another order, and they were already showing 0 quantity of a good number of the pads. So I just ordered quantities of everything just in case. And some are coming, some aren't. Advantis is out, our distributor is out, everybody is out. So what I have in these 2 shipments, that is all we're going to be able to get our hands on. So if you want to know about your request, I should know in probably a day or 2. I'm just kind of trying to finalize what they shipped and what quantities we'll have and stuff like that. So if you do want one of the I Want It All bundles, then I have 2 of those left. That's the only way to guarantee all of the papers at this point. And if those 2 bundles don't sell, then we will kind of decide where to go from there. Okay. So that one is, I know, it's hilarious, isn't it? It's French. Yeah, it is French, and it's funny on every package, Crystal. Okay, so that's the first part about the paper. So I wanted to make sure that I got you guys caught up on that, because that is like a big to-do, and everybody just can't even believe that we as a store didn't even get a heads up that it was coming. Okay, I know some stores got heads up. We did not. So thank you to Trey, who showed up at 11 o'clock, no, 10:30, for what he thought was an 11 o'clock class, but turned out to be a 3 o'clock class. And he told me about the papers because I didn't know. And so I was able to get those ordered right away. And now everybody's in a panic because, you know, they can't get them. Okay. So, hi, Cindy. All right. So that's the papers. Next up, I want to tell you guys about something new that I'm going to be doing for you. Okay. I'd had this in my mind for a while, and you know, sometimes you just have to like get it together and get it done, right? Now I can't even find the packaging. It was like right here with me, and now I can't find it. That wasn't it. That's so funny. How, I haven't even moved anything. Where did it go? All right. Where's my hashtag blame Brooklyn sign? Where is that sign when I need it? Okay. Well, friends, I don't know what I did with the packaging, but let me tell you what we're going to do. I think going forward, this is going to be one of those things that is, God. Oh, I swear, sometimes I drive myself crazy too. You guys, you know what I mean, right? Do you guys do that too? Where you're just like, wait a minute, what is going on? Okay, because I had other kits that I could show you. Now I don't have any kits. I can't show you anything. Okay. All right, my friends. Give me a second. I gotta find at least something so I can show you what the thing is. Otherwise, it won't make any sense at all. There we go. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about... Hi, Mary. Hi, Charlotte. Hey, Trey. Were you here just a few minutes ago, Trey, when I gave you all the credit for getting the paper information to me in a timely fashion so I could get it ordered? Anyways, okay, so this has long been something that I absolutely adore, but I don't think you guys have been catching on to how awesome this set is. Okay, so Paper Rose, with, I don't know if they do it with every, they don't do it with every collection, but with a good number of them, they do these things called the Quick Cards collection. Okay, and in here, I only have the Valentine's one. I can't even find the packaging for the one that I just did, but I want to show you guys what's in here. Okay, so in the Quick Cards collection, what you have is you have 18 double-sided papers. That's these papers right here. And they are perfectly set to make a card. You use one of the front side, one of the back side. It makes the card. It's so easy. And you can go off script, but that's what they're designed for. So in the package, you actually get 3 each of 12 designs. And when they say that, that's 3 each of 6 double-sided papers, okay? Because you get 18. It's confusing sometimes when they do that. But at any rate, that's what they do. So there's basically enough for 3 sets of cards in this pack. However, in the pack itself, you only get 1 pack of the embossed die cuts. And once you use up the embossed die cuts, then you have a few leftovers, okay, and a whole bunch of paper, but the main ticket items are gone. You have some sentiments and things you can use with papers from the other line. Okay, so this set, in essence, really kind of makes like 6 cards, and it's $22.99. So what I'm going to try for a little while, and if you guys like this idea, then we will continue to do this going forward, okay? Because in here, there is also an inspiration sheet. Hi, Janice. Oh, I know, Charlotte. That happens all the time, right? Ugh. And so, okay, so there's an inspiration sheet in each one of these kits that has 6 cards. There's no measurements, no directions, no anything like that. Just pictures. So what I did is I took, you know, the sweet, no, it's not sweet as honey, the bees and butterflies collection that we got in recently, okay? And I had the quick cards kit for that one. So I sat down yesterday and I made up the 6 cards. They ended up a little bit different than theirs. Partly because I totally reversed this background paper. It was this one. Most of these look the exact same, but this one right here, like a dingbat, I put glue on the side that was supposed to stick out, so now it looks like that. So, but other than that, these look like the inspiration sheet for the most part. So, here's what I'm gonna do. We are going to break up those kits, okay, so that you get one of each of the 6 papers, which is what you need to make this set of cards, and you get the embossed die cuts. So like this particular set right here, okay, this one is $22.99, and you get enough to make the 6 cards, different patterns, of course, and then you have the extra paper. But if you want to make more cards, you have to buy another set of this and another set of this. So in order to get use of all the paper, you would have to buy these. And these guys are now, they're like $10.99, okay, for those embossed die cuts. Okay, so that being said, most of the cost is in the embossed die cuts. So we're going to break these apart so that it brings down the cost of the kit just a little bit, and I will do some measurements for you guys, okay? So just like with those, I haven't fully laid this out yet, but just like with those kits, they don't include the card bases. So I may or may not include the card bases. You guys tell me. But I will do instructions, okay? So, and the cards will be here for you to take pictures of and kind of see where you want to do the, like the foam and stuff. So, that being said, because these ones, they're just so stunning. And so, what happened is I put these together yesterday, and 2 people came in today separately, and they were like, oh my gosh, where's the kit for that? And so with my leftover papers, I made them up kits because I had 2 packs of the embossing toppers too. So I don't have any kits for this yet, but I am going to get them ordered. But we're probably looking at like $15 or $16, give or take, depending on, you know, shipping and all of that kind of stuff. But I think you guys will really start to like how easy these are, and they're striking. These are really striking. They're quick to put together, and you actually still have a lot of these embossed die cuts left over that you can use some of the paper we have in stock and create a few more things. But the main images, those will be used up in the set. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know, because I'll probably do it for the Easter one too. I will be having some of these, you know, available. It's not something we'll necessarily have to do together because they are quick and they're easy. But this is something new that's on the docket. Okay. because I think once you guys actually get your hands into the quick cards, you will just fall in love with those as a kit. All right, next, I want to show you something. Now, I haven't fully finalized the concept of this yet, but I'm really, really excited to show you. And this is going to be a class that is a little bit different than basically any other class we've put on before. So just the whole concept of this is different, okay? Let me show you here. So 3/4, these guys are out of New Zealand. They are doing a monthly village building, okay? And I want you guys, I did January and February, okay? Because those were the 2 that I have in. And I just want to show you guys, I'm going to show you the actual buildings. So each month they'll come up with a new building. And yeah, they are great, aren't they, Diane? So each month they will come up with a new building. And these are really affordable. I think, let me see. Hang on one second. Okay, so the class will probably be like around, I don't know, maybe $25, something like that. It's not going to be very expensive. The kits are phenomenal, but guess what, you guys? No instructions included. Okay, so I had a blast putting these together. Let me get the 2 of them, and I'm going to show you how this works, because it's really fun and it's silly, but they're fun. And if you like to do all sorts of paper crafting, this is going to be one of those things that could be right up your alley, because I usually like useful things, but these were paper crafting just for the fun of paper crafting, okay? And for those of you guys that know me pretty well, you know that I am an engineer by trade, right? So I love to assemble things with like details and things like that, okay? So take a look at how these will go together. It's hard because they have to all go sideways. So each one comes with all of this chipboard, okay? And all the chipboard pieces for all the details in the building, all laser cut. It's phenomenal. All the papers that go over them, laser cut, okay? So we're really just like assembling the building, doing a couple things like that. And then it goes here. And so over the year, this little thing right here, that's where the chocolate shop comes right in. And now we're going to build a little town. And then over here, that's where March will be. And the chocolate shop is so cute, okay? You have this awning. I mean, they are absolutely adorable. Now, this is my concept for this, okay? My concept is that while these are monthly, and we can obviously still get January and February, we're going to start with March. I've never done a class in this way, but my concept is that we will do it like on a Saturday evening, have a hangout. I will construct my March one along with you guys. So I won't have one ahead of time. But what this allows me to do is help you guys with construction, like tips and tricks. For example, when I did this door right on here, the way that these come is there's a color behind here. So the door can only really go here, and then you build up these stairs. But I had a gap. So one of the things I did is I just built myself a stoop, okay? And so those are the kind of things that just are really easy for me to do because I do a lot of like construction and detail and all that kind of stuff. But I was kind of thinking about this, and I thought this would be a really fantastic project for those of you guys that want to even work on your detail skills. So like you have an issue, how do we solve it? That kind of thing, because there's a lot of different things in a kit like this. But also, this is, honest to God, just a project to make for the fun of it. that's all there is to it. And what's really fun too is each one of these kits comes with extra paper in it, okay? And so inside the house, I made a little book for the January one. It's not a complicated book, but it fits inside. It's so cute. So in March, what we'll do is the March one will probably be in April because I need to get it written up and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But it'll be a Saturday night. We'll sit down and we'll craft together and we will just have a fun time. So it's a night out, something fun to do. You're just going to make an adorable little house. And then, you know, you can make the book. So for the first one, we're just going to do the house. Okay. That's all. We're going to focus on that. In the second month, we'll do the house. You guys will be experts by then. And then, we might tackle the book. Okay. And then as we go along, if there's other things we need to do, and we can always come back to these so people would have a whole village. But you guys, I can't even tell you how freaking adorable these are. So these samples are here if you want to take a look at them. But I think this is going to be really fun because I will be making my sample at the exact same time you guys are making yours. So as we run into, oh, what about this? How do we solve this problem? It will be like in real time, okay? And I've never done a class like that. I've never done a class where you just sit down and craft with me. So I think this is going to be really cool. And I hope you guys like the idea because a lot of times if I'm doing a mini album or things like that, I have to design it ahead of time. But they're just so cute. They are so cute and they're really affordable. So, you know, even if you give away the town, right? You don't know what to do with the town. It's just a fun night out and it's fun to make something. It's not a very expensive project. So, okay. Those are the things that have been rolling through. Okay, so I will tell you guys, yeah, I polished off the rest of that, Crystal, I was thinking about how we would be doing this for those of you guys that are distant, okay? Because I think it would be fun for you guys to be able to join us too, so I might just be live. I might just go live, and then I would craft, right? And people in the class, you'll hear them, you'll hear questions. You guys could craft along with us. It would just be everybody here. Maybe I will figure out how to do a Zoom call because then we could hear everybody. I don't know. So if there are out-of-towners that want to do this with us, then I want to make it like so you could do it with us because I think this is such a fun idea. Like we just sit and craft together, right? Okay, so I'm glad that you guys kind of see my vision. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to explain it right, but I'm sort of excited about it because it's just a new concept and I think it's going to be really fun. Okay, now let's talk about some other stuff, okay? Guess what, you guys? Sizzix has a new opulent cardstock pack. Woo! This one is black. Hi, Fonda. Okay, so the black one is brand new, $22.99. You get 50 sheets in here, you guys. This is a new color. They've had, ooh, definitely has a manufacturer smell. It's not strong, it just, I wasn't expecting it because my mouth was open because I was talking. Okay. So the opulent cardstock packs, you guys know these are some of my favorites and they're so worth having in your stash because it is a screaming value for all of these beautiful papers, okay? So you get 50 sheets in here. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10 of each, $22.99. Like, what? That's crazy, right? So I love these because there's always on the front of each package, you actually get this whole little sample-y thing here, which is great. But I did take one out of the package. So we have this gorgeous black glitter and pretty good. It's not coming off, so that's always a plus. Ooh, I haven't opened this. I waited till you guys were here. You guys, look at that. Can you see that? That, my friends, is a beautiful matte black. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to use that one. That is stunning. And then this one, look at that. So it's almost like if it's, I think you can see it. It's got almost like these little tiny lines. I think this one is the one they call brushed metal. Yes. Ugh, this is a good set. This is a very, very good set. And then you guys know how I feel about black glossy cardstock. This one is what I would put in the category of a must-have. So my favorite thing to do with black glossy cardstock is put Elizabeth Crafts adhesive on the backside, because that one is a little bit puffier. And then when you cut it with those detail dies, it rounds the edges. I mean, it makes the most dramatic effect. And so I just can never get enough black glossy. And then we have, oh, they're a little out of order from the packaging, but I don't think that matters. And then we have this one that is a black pearl, okay? So what's awesome about black opulent, it goes with everything, right? So these are here. They are brand new from Sizzix, and we have them in stock right now. They just showed up today, actually, okay? So let me set that off to the side. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show you guys is, let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Okay, we got in some new goodies from Sizzix, and I think this is what I'm going to demo, okay? I have some other stuff on the table that I wanted to tell you about, because it kind of goes with this stuff, okay? So these ones here, these are a brand new concept from Sizzix, and they're $19.99. You get a bunch of dies in here, and so it says hello, and then you know, some detail pieces right here. And I haven't cut these out, literally we just unpacked them, but I do want to show you some of the cool effects that we can get with these if we have time, okay? If not, I'll do them and show you guys tomorrow probably. So these are $19.99. They're called Take Twos, and you've got a hello and a thanks. And basically what it is by Take Two, it means that you've got your sentiment, you've got your embossed raised sentiment. You can cut it out or leave it in. So you could just literally emboss that into the bottom of your card panel, right? And then you've got the sentiments that go with it. So I think there's a real reason for it to be called Take Two, but I might have to do a little more research because I don't know. Okay, $19.99. Now, let's take a look at these because I am really excited. So I am thrilled to see that Sizzix now is putting the stamp and the stencils together, okay? Because before we had the stamp, then the stencils came out, then the stamp wasn't available. I mean, it was kind of like a whole back and forth. So this one is called Drip, Drip, Drop, and it's $24.99. You get this insanely awesome raindrop stamp. I mean, that is cool, right? Yes. And then there are 2 stencils. So you don't need a lot of stencils for this one because, let's see, how's it going to line up? Probably like so, okay? So it's going to color those, just the big ones, right? And then this guy is going to color some of the others. But I think that it's not, it probably isn't going to cover all of them. Let me just see. Now doggone it. I hate it when I do this to myself because now I have to check, right? I'm such an engineer. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So no, so like in here you'll have white drops. right? So it's not going to get all of them, but that's okay because you're going to get an incredibly cool effect. So see how that turns out? It's just really, really neat. Okay, so this is one we might play with today if we have time, if I can stop talking. And then there's this one. So I mean, rain stuff is, you know, that's our jam here, right? Because we can't live without the rain. So $26.99 for this one, and it is called Creative Coordinations is what they're calling these as a collection. Rainy Day Feeling. Well, that's good. So this one is stamps and dies. So it's like $2 more than that one, but it's stamps and dies. Now this front package doesn't have any of the dies, but I do want to show you this because it can be a little tricky to see what all is in these packages because of the way that the package goes and you can't really see like the dies and stuff. So I think it always helps. So we have stunning trees. Okay, let me turn this over so that you guys can kind of see a little bit about what you've got. You've got water splotches. These right here will make amazing splotchy backgrounds for those of you guys that were in the Alta New washi class that we did, how we, you know, stamped and kind of took everything into the background, or in the Director's Stolen Project that we just did, how we distressed, you know, and antiqued stuff with stamps. These will be great for that, okay? And so, but you've got a lot of different ones to choose from. Look at, I mean, that's just a great speckle altogether. Now, I haven't played with this yet, so I don't fully know if I know what all the deal is, but these two little backgrounds are designed to make two different colors, and then they make up that tree. See? So you get this like cool sort of watercolory tree. You could use this as raindrops if you want. You've got lots of nice sentiments, and you guys, you have these fantastic silhouettes here. So with the silhouettes, you can have the two people. You can just have one person, right? And then this one here, it looks like a little kid. So let's see. What does it say? It says, make today beautiful. Never let go of your dreams. Embrace the possibilities. Families are forever. Sweet moments to cherish. Dance in the rain, and grateful for today. Those are the sentiments. But it's a nice big set. And then you also get the dies. And the die cuts out this umbrella, which is obviously too big for the people, but you know, there you go. And then it also cuts out these trees, I believe. Okay. So if we have time at the end to play, my thought was we would play with those two. Okay. So that's that. Now, I did want to also show you guys, we got in a few new embossing folders from Alta New. Okay. And I think the price change is coming very soon for these. So for those of you guys that ordered the checkered, which has been the hot one, that one came in and it is on your account waiting for pickup. I haven't emailed you yet, but it's here. Now, for the other ones, since I was making samples of some new embossing folders that just came in, I thought I would also make samples of the ones that had been here for, what, like 2 weeks or something, that I haven't made samples of yet. And I think you guys are going to be pretty amazed, okay? So this one is Moroccan tile, and this one was on the table for a little while. But look at, like, just look how beautiful that is when you see the sample done, okay? And then this is one of the new ones. So let me come back to that. That's a new one. That's a new one. Okay, so this is the one that the director used on his discontinued project. And so this is I just made an actual sample of this one. This one is really crazy. Like, you can kind of see in the image here how it has so much dimension, because it really does. So like this middle point is higher than down here. So it really does it, and it's not going to be like foam square dimensional change, but it really does give you a whole different look. It's kind of trippy. It's fun. And then this one is called the wicker texture. And so it looks cool here, but oh my gosh, right? So I got this one made up and I was just thinking, wow, that is such a cool one. It's just unique, it's different, and it's very, very dimensional. Okay, and then I only have one left of the brick. I know a lot of you guys have already picked this one up. Okay, so I did just make up a sample of the brick, and it is a nice one. It's got nice rounded edges. It's clean bricks, okay? They're not distressed bricks. I don't know in this package what those odd colored ones are, because in all honesty, I don't see those in the pattern, so I don't know what they're doing with that, but it is what it is. I only have one left of the brick in stock. Okay, and then this one. I think these geometrics, I just think they're so interesting because of the way that they catch the ink. Okay, and I haven't inked any of these yet, but I thought maybe we would. So this one is called the herringbone tiles, and I mean, it's kind of just crazy how much dimension these are actually getting out of these folders. Okay, now for the new ones, this one is called Dreamy Tiles. I should have done this one in a 6x6, but I had already cut all my papers. Okay, you guys, I want to talk about this one because this is a really different kind of an embossing folder. And to me, what I see is I see embossing these, I see inking them, and I see cutting them apart and making like some cool square, you know, based designs, that kind of thing. Of course, you could use these as a tiled background. That would be 100% doable. But like when I look at this, okay, I have this pattern 4 times. So if I want to make a pattern with the same one, I've got it, right? I've got this one twice, I've got this one twice, and I have this one once. Unless they changed. No, yeah, that looks about right. So I just thought that would be a really, really fun and very unique way to do the embossing folder, because if you use your paper trimmer to cut these out, then you'll have this little tiny embossed square that is very different than other stuff we have. Okay, these two. These are the two. We have angled mosaic. Let me make sure I get the right one. So that's this one, okay? It's like it goes in here, it goes out here, it goes in here. It's really, really cool. And then this one is called Diamond Stars. Okay, I don't know which is the right. Oh, well, let's see. How do we find the stars? Not this way. Okay, so if you look at the embossing folder, do you actually see the star that's in here? It's like the magic, what is that, magic eye thing where you have to focus differently. So once you see the star, then you can't not see the star, right? So with it this direction, you can see that star. And then with it this direction, you can kind of see the star. Yeah, it's a wacky thing, but I think I can see the star easier this way, but it, I guess, depends on what you're doing. So that one's called Diamond Stars. Now, that being said, I'm going to ink these because I think that the beauty of these is probably getting inked. Now, we did get in some new colors from Alta New. These are relatively new to their lineup of the fresh dye inks, okay? And so I grabbed a couple sets and I thought maybe we would play with these because we haven't yet. Okay, so in my last shipment, I only got ones, I think, of each of these because I wanted to take a look at them, but then somebody bought them before I had a chance to swatch them. So we have, let's see, what is this one called? Shades of Purple, okay? And that one I think is really stunning. And then we have Bubblegum Dreams. And then these two came out at the same time. And I'll tell you what, these two together, I saw a sample. So I've had this on my list. These two together are like, wow. So we have Tranquility and Delectable Delights. And then we have this gorgeous green set. This kind of reminds me of Twisted Citron, like these two colors. So I love that we now have a gradient set of inks that's in that vibrant, bright, you know, spring colored green. It's called Whispering Woodland. Okay. So to do the, let's do the, what do you guys think? The purple one first? I kind of think the purple. Okay. But I grabbed the pink. Now we're going to do the pink first then. Okay. So to get the best effect out of your embossing folder, there's a lot of different ways you can apply ink, right? We have the pouncers, we have the brushes, and we have the foams with the flat foam. To get the best effect out of, oh, and there's domed foams also, right? But the flat foam is my very favorite for getting those high and low accents on an embossing folder. So what we're gonna do is let's just start with, baby pink, okay? Now, when you have the mini cubes, what you want to do is you want to get this worked in, okay? Just be a little patient. Doing like this doesn't really pick up much ink, but I want to kind of circle this around, and then I'm going to take it to my nonstick pad, and I am going to push it in, and then we're going to do it again. Now remember, this one is probably a relatively light color. It's the lightest of the shades, okay? So now I'm going to start, which edge do I want? I'm going to start here. So I'm going to start off of the paper, okay? And I'm just going to bring this in. Now, if I have ink already on here, usually I can get a little bit farther on my design than this. But if I don't, I just go back and get a little bit more, okay? All right, so I do have kind of a plan. I don't know if you would know, but okay. And I just need a little bit more right in here. So what I'm doing is, this is the lightest color in the family, okay? But I am applying it relatively heavy, and then I'm fading it out to white. So with that, this is called baby pink. So with that, with dye inks, as they dry, they lighten. So it can look bold now, but as they dry, it may turn into a whole different color. So what I'm going to do really quick is, let me actually grab another piece of paper, because as we go through these, I will swatch these colors for you. And my thought on these gradient inks, we carry both Pink Fresh and Alta Nu because they have different color families. They have different levels of gradient. And I am crazy about these inks, okay? Because they give you so many color choices and ways to, now, mind you, also, like, as vibrant as this is, one, it'll lighten a little bit, but also, this is direct to pad, from pad, right? So you're going to get the darkest of the ink color. But actually, this is a really beautiful set. Okay. All right. So you have fuchsia, magenta, jazzberry. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, and we'll come back to swatching that. I'm going to take the fuchsia, which is the next color up, okay? And I am going to, oh, yes, I have heard about that. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys too. Because I know some people have been waiting. I forgot to tell you last week. Oh. Okay, friends, we only have 2 boxes left These were really hard to get our hands on. This is the 1-inch blending brush from Pink Fresh Studio. Jennifer McGuire did something on this, and then they just went bananas. So I only have 2 boxes left. They're $18.99 for the 3 brushes in each box, if you wanted to give those a try. And then I will be doing my best to get my hands on more. Okay, so right now, let me turn this over. So we're going with that next darker color. So now I'm going to come in, okay, and I'm just going to kind of highlight. You can already see how this lightened. I'm just going to take this next lighter color and just come in. So now I have this vibrant color, but because I use the light color too, it looks all one color, but it still fades to white. It's so much easier to do those fade outs with the gradient inks. Okay. So that, my friends, is the Bubblegum Dreams. And yeah, it looks like it, but you guys, how fun is that? Oh, I love these folders. Okay, now we are going to move. Oh, you know, here I think I'm going to be fast, and I just waffle on. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to do it in the purple, and then I am going to pull out the raindrops because I'm really excited about that one too. And I never know. So I never quite know what I'm going to want to work with. So this is Shades of Purple. This is a new set out too, relatively new. Okay. So I'm going to just work this one in. So right now I am using Soft Lilac, and it is pretty soft. Oh, I also was going to tell you guys that I am going to be ordering from Pink Fresh directly. So if you need any re-inkers for any of your Pink Fresh inks, please send me an email ASAP so that I can get those included for you. Because I find like Pear is one that I love the color of, but it's such a light color. With light colors, you really need to keep them re-inked a little bit more frequently because the dry ink pad with being such a light color can make it very, very hard to see the color. And with the minis, that's not my best angle, but with the minis, you have so much less ink. This goes for distress as well. But you have so much less ink than you do with the full-size pads. Okay? Okay. Now I'm just going to move over to this one, and then we will keep going. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Lori. Hey, Jamie. Okay, Crystal, do you need me to help you figure out which ones you need, or do you have some and you need more? Of the inks. Okay, so this one that I'm using now, this is called Lavender Fields. I really like this. This is like a, this kind of color family is almost like, what am I trying to say? Like a dusty kind of a color in purple. Really pretty. But now I'm going to just add, just because I can, I'm going to add this one darker color. Okay. But not much, because I think this one is going to be a lot. Oh, yeah. I will hold this up here for a second. There you go. So very lightly, I touched it with the dark, and just look at how many different shades of purple we have in this. Oh my gosh. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. Okay. I will now put these away. All right. Okay, so those are the new ones. And So what I wanted to tell you guys is that I just feel like there's so much stuff to tell you. Golly. Okay. Okay. All right. So now, I want to try doing this one. Okay. So when I go to doing stencils, you can do stencils with the foam brush, or with the foams, right? But it depends on the stencil. And this one you probably could get away with it because of the shapes, but I prefer brushes, or even the, depending on, like for a stencil like this, I would choose brushes. If it had a lot of filigree where it went in all directions and it wasn't able to, necessarily hold the shape, then I would go with the pouncers. Okay. So, oops, wrong way. So I'm going to grab my Sizzix Stampin' Stencil tool, and maybe some paper would be a good idea. Probably should cut this down, but okay. So one of the great things about this particular tool for these stencils is they have these holes at the top, and by using the, oh, I got a new one, Crystal. This white one. Yeah, I got a new one because I was just, oh God, the other one was bad. But they have these little registrations at the top, which means I am going to get these perfectly in place every time. Okay. So now these are my sets here of the Tailored Expressions rainbow brushes. I love these, cannot live without them 100%. And I am very excited to tell you guys, these are now back in stock. Okay. So you get 10 brushes in all the rainbow colors, and I cannot stress it enough. I cannot live without these. And you get 10 colors, and it's $49.99. But especially for those of you guys that are going to be in the Alta New class, okay? Or if you use gradient inks. I mean, that's what we're practicing in that class. This is the pastel set. I got these in also, okay? There's a blue one, not a purple one in the set we have, but this one was defective. So anyway, but what this is this is your main color families, but in a pastel. So that means when I go to blend this set with brushes, I have my pink one that'll do the two lighter colors. And then I have this pink one, which will do the darker colors. And what that means is, as I go back and forth and do my crafting, it's a whole lot easier to get back to this color because I don't have Jazzberry in my pink brush. I have only fuchsia in my light pink brush, okay? So this one has 5 pastel brushes for $25. And this is one of those things that I'm definitely recommending for these gradient inks. So if you don't have it, it's back in stock. If you need it for class, let me know because I do have time to get more in. Okay, that being said, how about if we do, I don't really know that I have great colors for raindrops, but we're going to just go with what we've got here. Okay, so I don't know what color is in this brush, and actually I think I should go with the light one here. Okay. So ignore the fact that this is purple. This is supposed to be blue. And with my Stampin' Stencil tool, I can also put my little tiny blocks on the stamp grid, and it helps to hold them in place. Now, if I had done this right, I would have checked to get some color out of this, but we're just going to go, okay? It's not going to be exactly, what color are we using? It's not going to be exactly Misty Morning because I do seem to have some light teal in here, but I think it will it'll do good enough, okay? So I'm doing this very, very quickly, just so you guys can get a bit of a idea what this is going to look like. And what's really fun, you guys, is because we have such a big surface, we can actually kind of take different parts of this for our cards. So I'm going to take that. Now, I'm going to just, I don't know what color is in here, so I'm going to be really light with this, but I'm just going to add in a little bit of purple. I mean, because that seems fun, right? Just a little bit of purple, kind of on this side, and it is just a shadow. It's not much because it's just whatever I had left over in my brush, and then I don't have to clean it later. Which makes sense, right? Okay, now I'm going to grab this one called Nimbus. Again, I don't know. We haven't swatched this one yet, but I want just a little bit of a darker color, okay? I don't know. I don't know what this is going to look like. But, and I don't want it everywhere. I just want it a little bit on some of these raindrops, like as a little bit of a shadow kind of a thing, okay? So if you really, really wanted to be specific, then this would probably be for like this shade, this kind of shading shade, one where you would get a smaller brush, and that way you are more able to control exactly where this is going to go. But honestly, I am a-okay with what we got rocking and rolling right here, because it's going to be very pretty, and I'm not even worried. Okay. Oh, I love it already. So gorgeous. Because also remember, these things lighten, right, as they dry. So now I'm going to pull this one off. I'm going to set it off to the side. I'll clean it later. And then, hi, Susan. I can, Susan, but I don't know that I have any of the adapters in stock at the moment. So, Sizzix makes these little, and they're cheap. It's a little adapter package. And so you basically just attach these adapters to your other layering stencils, so that they will line up perfectly. Okay. And then you can use the pegs systems with those as well. But I don't have any, to show you at the moment. So I apologize for that. Okay. Oop. So next up, let's go with more purple. I feel like we can't really go wrong with purple and blue for raindrops, right? Okay. So I'm going to just come in here and give ourselves a good layer. Janice, I should have it in hopefully in about a week or so, because I just sent my lady an email and said, oh my God, I need you to send me those because I didn't realize we had sold out. So, I will be getting more back in, and then kind of as we go along, you're going to see this tool a lot more. I love this tool for, like as my stamp positioner. I use it. I use it for doing my layering stencil, even if I'm not stamping, because I have a nice big work surface, no edges, and the sticky grid, which you do have to replace sometimes. The sticky grid holds the stencils really, really well. That's not to say there aren't other great brands of stamp platforms out there. I just find that this one has worked really, really well for me. And so I quite like it. Plus it has this little adapter, that can create wreaths and various things like that. And there's some really fun stuff we can do with using that one as well. So we'll kind of get more into that as we go along here. But okay. Oh, so what's cool is, you guys, I can just pick this up and take a look. Oh, it's really fun, isn't it? So pretty. Okay. So now, just to give these a little something, I'm going to take this one, maybe this one. This had a dark color in it though, didn't it? It did. I don't want the dark color. Maybe I want teal. But I don't know how much teal I even have in here. Not very much. Okay. And I don't have a teal on the table, so we're going to just go with this one, and I will be light. I just want to get just a little bit of blue into the purple, just to kind of tie everything together. So we'll have two tones, but they will be sort of in that same family, okay? But I'm not doing very much because I don't really want them to be blue. I still want them to be purple, okay? So that looks good to me. Now, I'm going to take that and set it off to the side to be cleaned. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the stamp, okay? So at this point, this guy comes off, and we're going to put this stamp on. Now, this is a full one-piece clear stamp, okay? And this, I gotta probably stand for this, so what I want to do is I just want to do the best I can here. It's harder with the camera, but I want to get this lined up. And so it's just kind of like with any of the, you know, the stuff that you've been using. You just line this up as best as makes sense. And then I'm going to grab, because I think this would be really pretty, but I'll let you guys decide. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let me get the stamp picked up. Okay, so I'm just going to, let me just show you here. So right now I'm not even working with the lid on it. So now I'm going to put the lid in with the flat side here. The etched grid is on the outside because it won't pick up the stamp. And then I'm just going to swing this down, okay? And making sure that my paper, because I did not prime this stamp, but, oh, it's not going to move. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to pull that back. Now, this is ready to stamp. But here's where I want you guys to tell me, okay? I have 3 colors that I chose that could be fun for the outline of the raindrops. So we have Twilight. Okay, that's pretty. I don't know, this one might be, but maybe. Oh, actually, that one's gorgeous too. That one is Medieval Blue, and then we have Warm Breeze. And Warm Breeze in my head was going to be the one that I chose because there was more teal in here, but I don't have a teal. So I am thinking, you guys can tell me if you think something different, but I think Medieval Blue. Okay, so I'm going to start getting ready to stamp, and if you guys shout out something different, then I will stop midway. Okay, so, but I think the Warm Breeze, if I had more of that teal in here, I think that Warm Breeze would be stunning. So I will probably make up another sample. Now, if you run out of room, like I always do, okay, I can just take my lid off and set it right here and do my inking. Now, I am using the VersaFine Clair because, one, this is a clear stamp and it's right out of the package. So the VersaFine Clair usually gives me the very best effect right out of the package with these clear stamps. And a lot of times I don't even have to condition them. But also, you guys notice as this is getting inky that it has some raindrops that are solid, right? So those solids, that's where the VersaFine Clear really is kind of a game changer, because it usually makes those stamps pretty darn good, okay? But let's see. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. No promises. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put this right back down. See how well I did lining this up. Okay. All right. So I'm not using a ton of pressure. I'm using a little bit of pressure because it's a big stamp, but not a ton. Because I can always go back, and this had some pretty thin lines, so I want to let, oh, see, and I didn't get it quite lined up perfect, but you guys, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more inking pass on this, just to get it a little bit darker. I mean, but you can do any colors. That is what's going to be so fantastic about this. And it's going to look like it's a nice rain pattern that will look good in all sorts of different colors, but it's also a unique rain pattern, right? Like, we've had a lot of rain patterns come out over the years, but not one like this, and not one where we can color it and add in, you know, like our own flair. So now you can see, I don't know, I'll hold this up. I can see now that I'm at this different angle, and also my stamp is inked. You can see like how there's a little bit of white here. See that? So that's what we're seeing with the stamp being like off just a little bit. But look at how much better this looks. Oh, so good. Okay, so see this one right here? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this back and give this just a little push. See if I can get that guy filled in. Perfect. Anything else? Nope. I think it's pretty good. Okay, you guys. Oh, it's awesome, right? So cool. Okay, so that, and it's just that easy, you guys. And you get the stencils and the stamp, and it's $24.99. I mean, that's a good price. So, for the layering stencil and the other one. Okay, so I think we'll have to play with some of the, oh, Crystal, you absolutely could stamp then stencil. The reason I did it this way today is because with the VersaFine Clair, it's a quick drying pigment ink, okay? So it's a pigment ink that dries quickly, but it isn't instantaneous dry. Like if I stamp with a, like a dye ink, you know, it settles in, it dries quick, that kind of stuff. So this does dry, but it takes a little bit of time. But if you remember pigment inks back in the day, they took forever to dry. So if I stamp first and then stencil, my brush could be going over those lines and things. And if it's not fully dry, then it may not, what am I going to say? It may smear a little. The other thing is that it's a lot easier if I'm going to use this tool. If I'm not using this tool, if I'm just going to line something up with the image, then stamping first is totally fine. But what I would do then, right, is I would stamp it first, I'd pull it off, I'd hit it with a heat tool, put it back, okay, and then do my stenciling. But a lot of times it just is kind of a back and forth. So, but then if I were going to use this one, it would be harder to line it up because of those pegs, which keeps the stencils in exactly the right spot, but you'd have to get the paper in the right spot for the stencil to be in the right spot. Okay. So for the sake of time for today, I did it this way because this is a faster way to go, but you 100% could do it the other way. I hope that answers your questions. Okay. So we covered a lot today. I'm going to go through a really, really quick review. Oh, see, I didn't even tell you guys everything else because I also wanted to tell you The Sizzix colored cutting pads in 6x6, these are back in stock. I had a long conversation with Sizzix the other day, and they do not have any colored cutting pads on the horizon. This is it. And I have been a huge fan of colored cutting pads for eons. So I'm talking with them to try and see if maybe we can, you know, talk them into something. But this is what we have for now. So this is a 6x6 pad. Now, if you're like, but why would you want colors? Is it just because it's pretty? Yes. However, you guys remember at the beginning, right? I lost something. And I didn't move. It's here. I don't know where it is, but I can't find it. This happens with my clear cutting pads all the time. I'm die cutting. I don't know where it even goes because nothing moves, but the pads just disappear. So when I use the colored ones, it's so much easier for me to find them in my mess. That's the only reason. It's the only reason. And then, but kind of the deal with the 6x6 versus the 6x, I think 8.5 or whatever the regular size is these are supposed to warp a little bit less. So, $12.99 for these guys, but they are back in stock. Again, limited edition on these, so I don't know how long they'll be available, but for now we have them. And then I also wanted to tell you guys, because Sizzix, when they do cardstock packs, they're a great deal, right? But this is also sandable cardstock packs, which works awesome with that sanding block that they have. So, and those new hellos and thank yous. So we have 2 packages that are out now. What is this one called? What's the name of this one? What is the name of this one? Let's see. We don't know, because why would it be easy to find the name of the collection on here? Is anybody? Oh, here it is. I mean, goodness gracious. Okay, Jewel Collection and Spiced Collection. So these ones you can see down here. We've talked about these before. It's not new. They're just back in stock. These are the ones that have a color on the outside and a different color on the inside. So if you like to do tearing, you get a cool effect with these. If you like to emboss and sand stuff, you get a cool effect with these. But here's what I also love. The color palettes are good. So Sizzix has sometimes not had the best color palettes with their cardstock packs, but these are good. So you get 40 sheets for $19.99. And just as a note, these are A4. So almost 8.5 by 11, just a little bit different. Okay. And then the sanding block, if you need them, these are $7.99. I love, love, love these guys because they have a nice big sanding surface for getting things very, very flat. All right, so there's that. Now, I'm recapping. Here we go. So, the new stuff that you guys need to know about is the stamp and stencil set, Drip, Drip, Drop. This is the one we demoed. $24.99 includes this giant stamp set and 2 layering stencils. Those are here. And then the one I didn't get around to demoing yet is called Rainy Day Feeling. Okay, this one has a giant stamp set, and it has 3 dies in here for cutting out the trees and the umbrella. Okay, this one is $26.99. We also have 2 new sentiment sets. These are called Take 2, Hello and Thanks, where you get a couple different ways you can do the hello and the thanks, and then you also get a number of these really detailed little dies for sentiments. They're $19.99 a piece. Then we have the embossing folders, which we kind of went through and demoed, and I saw a number of you guys requested stuff, so I'll have to go through and look. So we've got Angled Mosaic. That's the one I did in purple. I don't know where that sample is. Oh, here we go. So that's Angled Mosaic. And then we have Diamond Stars. That's the one we did in pink. We have Dreamy Tiles. Herringbone Tiles, which we've had already, but I've got a sample for you now. Brick Wall. This is the last one we have in stock. Wicker Texture. So cool. The Waffled Diamonds. This one's fabulous. And then this Moroccan Tile, which is just quite stunning. Okay. So, with ink on those, they'll be even more remarkable. And then, the new Altenew color packs. So we swatched this one called Bubblegum Dreams. The other one, I kind of have an ink mess here. Sorry, you guys. Trying to demo and talk, but I want to make sure you get all the information too. And these guys, they're $14.99 for the sets. Tranquility is that gorgeous blue, which really is a good Seattle sky color. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty good, right? So then we have shades of purple. Put that in there. And we have Delectable Delights and Whispering Woodlands. Okay, so those are ones that we have just gotten in for you. Also, if you need them, I really, really think these are a great thing to have. The pastel brushes are $25 for the 5 brushes, and you get also purple, and yours will be blue. Okay, and then if you don't have them yet, you really can't, like, I don't know. I can't live without these. So this is the rainbow set. I don't have all the colors in here at the moment, but you get 10 colors in the rainbow. And so there's different, you know, different companies have different brushes like this, but I love the colored handles. The colored handles means I can find what I need very quickly. Okay, so $49.99 on the blending brushes. But if you're getting into stenciling and stuff, especially with those layered colors, absolutely really important. We have 2 boxes of the Pink Fresh 1-inch blending brushes. The Opulent cardstock. Okay. This one, black, brand new color. Woohoo! $22.99, and you get 50 sheets in all. You get 10 each of all those awesome, awesome, awesome pages. Okay. And then we talked about, this is just kind of a quick recap. We talked about the quick cards from Paper Rose. And look at this. I am down to 5 cards. I haven't gone anywhere. And one of the cards is already gone. Interesting. Yep, that sounds about right. And then you guys, for those of you guys that were late, this is going to be a new concept. Oh, I found the other card. It fell on the floor. This is a new class concept, and I think that you guys are going to love this. Okay? So, this is the monthly villages from 3/4 out of New Zealand. Okay? Every month, they're going to put out a new building. And so, I did the January and February. And don't worry, you know, we'll figure out a plan so that you are not behind, okay? Or you might be behind, but you won't miss out. But we're going to start with March, and we'll probably do it in April on a Saturday evening, and it's going to be more details, hit rewind, but it's going to be a cool thing where you can kind of, I'm going to make mine at the same time as you make yours. So we are going to craft and create together. And that way, you guys we can talk about all the little tips and tricks that, you know, we just do. So, this one will be, more information will be coming as I get that written up, but I did want to give you, a heads up because I think this is going to be super, super fun. And yes, if you want to bring wine, bring wine. If you want to bring snacks, bring snacks. I haven't, you know, nailed any of that down, but, drinking is always fine. So, thank you guys. I think I covered a lot. I thought I didn't have very much to show you. And then poof, I had all of this to show you. So thank you for joining me. And I will probably see you guys tomorrow, if all goes according to plan. Have a great night. Bye. I cannot.